Hello, lovely people.
Hi.
We've got COVID.
Oh.
I know, it's very 2020 of us. How unfashionable.
All these variants. Jessica brought it back from Ireland.
I did. I went to an EDS Society conference, Global Learning Conference, to give a talk about advocacy, advocating for yourself, and I advocated so hard I got COVID.
Oh well, hopefully it will blow away soon.
But in the meantime, I thought I would cheer myself up by learning about beauty, physical culture and hygiene from the 1930s, thanks to this wonderful book. And whilst reading it, I came across creating an impression of beauty using your personality. Creating an impression of beauty is rather easier than could be imagined at first. Did you know that, Claudia?
An impression of beauty?
Yes.
not beauty itself, just the impression.
And according to this book, what you have to do is get rid of all of your neuroses.
That's why you picked this up. Jessica says I'm very neurotic.
I didn't. I mean, I do. I do say that. But it's okay, me too. So what we're going to do is take a personality test from the 1930s.
Oh, okay.
And see how we do. Claudia's going fast. Do you usually feel well and strong? It's yes, no, by the way. Yeah.
I mean, not recently. I mean, I've got COVID right now.
I mean, but usually. All right.
I mean, I normally always say I'm fit and healthy. I mean,
No,
I'm not as fit or as healthy as I would like to be, but on the general spectrum, I am pretty fit and healthy.
Do you sleep well?
Yes.
Are you often frightened in the middle of the night?
No.
No, that's a bit random. Are you troubled by dreams about your work?
I used to be.
When you were a
dentist. I used to have dreams about dentistry all the time.
Teeth just coming to get you.
No. Now I have anxiety dreams about travel.
Oh, but we're not even like travel vloggers.
I know. It's normally when we travel. Well, then no.
Good thing we're not travel vloggers then. Oh, do you have too many sexual dreams?
No.
It's a bit out there.
Too many. What's too many?
What's too many? That's true. Where's the barrier? Where's the line? It doesn't tell us.
It was just like, do you have nightmares? Not about any quantity, but then do you have too many sexual dreams?
Well, apparently a few is okay. I'm gonna say no because
This is me answering. What are you doing now?
Yes, but I think the barrier is actually quite high. Do you ever walk in your sleep?
No.
No. It's a lot about sleep in this quiz.
Subconscious, you see.
Do you have the sensation of falling when going to sleep?
No.
Wait, you don't?
No.
Don't we all? Right before you fall asleep?
Only sometimes.
Oh.
That made that question, the way it was worded made it sound like it was every time.
I pretty much every time before I fall asleep, I have the like, whoop.
I only have
What does that mean?
I only have that feeling if I'm trying to resist the sleep.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Well, I don't try and resist sleep. I just have insomnia.
You do
And then
take
I
a lot of
fall asleep.
medication.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just high. This portion of the video is sponsored by Surfshark, who I have been using a lot whilst lying down and watching everything there is to watch. Mainly thanks to my dear friend Maida, who you can follow on TikTok. She's mainly a book TikToker. But also she told me I had to watch every single Barbie movie, and so I have obliged because she told me that they were gay, and that's what I do. I search for gayness in the universe. There's a lot of gayness, but they are a little hard to find. But thanks to Surfshark, I have a VPN. And that means that I can change the location that I am watching from to various different countries and thus access different servers. And what do we have in different countries? Access to different types of content, including the Barbie films I can't easily watch here in England. So yes, I'm starting a deep dive. I'll let you know how it's going. Surfshark is my favourite app and browser extension for allowing you access to sites, services and content that you cannot normally see, because it's the only one that allows you unlimited access across multiple devices. Everywhere. I know I have full house protection. So as you connect to the Surfshark VPN server, your internet traffic goes through an encrypted tunnel that can't be seen by anyone. That helps shield your identity from websites, apps and services that want to track you. Surfshark makes using the internet kind of really easy and secure, and you don't risk your online activity being monitored or your identity being compromised. You don't get 5,000 ads for that thing that you were looking at a moment ago. I do not love the idea of internet providers and mobile carriers listening in and seeing your activities, so no thanks. And I love that both Claudia and I can be safe when working or browsing online. And feeling safe online is especially reassuring when you have children. Get your own exclusive Surfshark deal today. Click the link in the description of this video and use code JESSICA for 3 months for free. Wait, let's run through this. Do you have queer feelings?
Yeah.
Do your eyes often pain you?
No. What does that
Isn't
even
that
mean?
just a question saying, do you need glasses? I mean, you should wear glasses though when you watch TV.
I know. And I can't see the boards on airports or train stations because it gets quite problematic. It's probably why I have travel anxiety dreams. I'm like, where? What time?
Because you can't actually see anything.
Yeah.
Do you think drinking has hurt you?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay, she's not going to expand.
No, I definitely think like I drank in excess in my early 20s, 15 to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I think times have changed quite a bit, and like there was a lot of like social expectation on like of people like my age at uni to just like go out and drink.
Yeah,
I was
found it
you're not like fun and
weird.
cool if you're not going out drinking and going out to Freshers Week and getting completely inebriated. And I was like, you know, like drinking challenges and drinking games, and it was all very much
There was
alcohol
nothing
based.
else to do as well.
Well, there was only just Facebook could only just like literally come about, and you could only have a Facebook account if you were actually at university, and it was still very much.
That's how old she is.
And it was still very much used in the sense of like setting up group communities, like the football community at UCL,
Societies.
or like, you know, like, or arranging when you were going to meet up, and then you'd have a chat that you could chat to like some of your friends on it as well. There was no like other, so like yeah.
No, I think every social event was just around
Drinking.
alcohol. Like, I don't drink, and I never have, so it's always been... I always felt like I was really missing out on those kind of bonding moments because there wasn't anything to do. There were no social events to go to that weren't just revolving around alcohol. I just found that so dull.
I would drink to the point that I would be like throwing up on the night, and then continuing to drink, and then the next morning I'd be throwing up because I was so hungover, and I would just like have some paracetamol, and like by pretty much mid-afternoon I'd be back on the beer, like because people would be like, oh, hair of the dog, and then I'd be going out again that night. It was just awful.
Ooh, that's not good for your internal organs.
No, and like now I just really don't even enjoy drinking that much. I'll like have a nice glass of wine, or like, yeah, like I think like the general mentality has shifted, hopefully, away from alcohol a bit.
Do you often have the feeling of suffocating? This is a very deep quiz. Do you have continual itchings of the face?
No. What is this quiz?
Are you bothered much by blushing? These are like wild ends of the spectrum.
When I was younger, like in my teens, I blushed a lot, and I used to really, and I still do. Like if I feel like suddenly I can get really embarrassed socially, and I can just feel my face getting really red and hot, and then I get like, and then that does bother me because I'm like, oh my god, I look like a tomato.
Oh my goodness, remember when you went to that hot yoga and then you came back and you were a tomato?
Oh my god, and you saw
and
me
it was like an hour
you saw
after
me a
you
good hour
finished
after
the class.
I know. Imagine what colour I was when I first left the class.
I'm surprised they let you leave.
They were like, get out, cool down.
Are you bothered by fluttering of the heart?
Fluttering of the heart?
Fluttering of the heart.
No.
Do you feel tired most of the time?
I mean, I would say yeah, like the last kind of few years, couple of years, like yeah, I do actually. But is that because I've
Do you
got
have
COVID,
a toddler?
COVID right now, and I've got a toddler, and I'm just like feeling pretty tired all the time?
I'll go for yes. Do you have fits of dizziness?
No,
Do you have queer and unpleasant feelings?
they're not unpleasant.
Oh. Do you ever feel an awful pressure in or about the body?
No.
Okay, bad pains. I'm going to put yes for bad pains. I don't know. Do you have a great many bad headaches?
No.
Can I just say, is this a test for chronic illness? Because if so, I'm going to be taking yes for most of this. Don't love
I
it.
luckily don't get too many headaches.
No, you don't. Have you ever fainted away? Yes.
Fainted
I have.
away. What just fainted?
Fainted away. I fainted away. I'm down.
I did that
I'm
the
down.
other night. I worked out. Well, my sister
Oh my
pointed
goodness,
out.
yes. You had a faint away.
I passed it. Jessica was in Dublin, and I was at home with Rupert, and I was in 1 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, really desperately needed the toilet, went, and then I passed out like as soon as I stood up
On the
off the
floor?
toilet. And I woke up with like all my hair
Not
over
the
my
first
face,
time she's done this either.
covered in sweat. I was just like, oh my goodness, I felt really quite queer, and like I was a bit worried. I was like, oh gosh, I hope this passes, this horrible feeling. And then and I was absolutely fine. I was absolutely fine the day before, I was absolutely fine the day after. Anyway, I told my sister about it, and she was like, well, it was a supermoon, and like therefore the moon's energy. And I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, I think there's like, you know, something to say about that. Just because like, Claudia's like a new spiritual awakening.
Yeah. Claudia gets her interests in things, and her latest thing is spiritual awakenings.
No,
so,
energy healing and things.
Energy healing. I'm sorry, darling.
I went to a Reiki
Her latest thing is energy healing.
Well, I don't think it's a coincidence. I went to a Reiki healer, and then like only a few days later there was a super moon. I had this like crazy episode where I basically like flushed out my body and then like passed out. And then the next day I was enlightened to like book an acupuncturist appointment with this like holistic acupuncturist who then like basically told me I had like some processed grief in my body. And I ended up like sobbing on the table.
Yeah.
So it was a lot.
And it was a lot. Yes.
Back to my very insightful, depressing quiz.
Have you ever been blind, half blind, deaf or dumb for a time?
No.
Have you ever had an arm or leg paralysed?
No. It's so weird that you're going to be like, oh yeah.
I'm going to do really badly at this quiz. Have you ever lost your memory for a time?
Other than alcohol induced. Does that count?
No, probably not. Did you have a happy childhood?
Yes.
Were you happy when 14 to 18 years old?
Yes.
Apparently you weren't a child. It said happy childhood and then 14 to 18.
Yeah, when someone says, if someone says to me, did you have a happy childhood? I do think pre-GCSEs, to be honest. Like, I think primary school years.
I think childhood is just 18 and under.
Yeah, but like when someone asks me, how was your childhood? The image that comes to my mind is when I'm like 10.
Were you considered a bad girl?
No.
As a child, did you like to play alone better than play with other children?
I didn't think I was like, I mean, obviously at home I played on my own because my sister was like 4 years older than me and she didn't want to play with me. But
She had no interest.
But if I was at school, no, I played with my friends.
Okay. Did you ever have a strong desire to run away from home?
No.
This is really harsh. Do you get used to new places quickly?
No.
Yeah, I was about to tell the truth. Do you think you have hurt yourself by going too much with women or men?
No, I don't regret any of my sexual encounters.
Wow. Okay. This is harsh. It's the 1930s.
How long is this quiz? Oh my god.
Have you ever had any great
Did you even read this quiz through before we did this? I've got 7 out of 116. We didn't finish it.
We did not finish the quiz. Yes, you'd have been...
Seeing that I was halfway through.
You were halfway through.
And I got 7.
And you got 7.
Yeah.
And then double your score.
Okay.
Well done. You have a low neuroticism score. Well done.
Yeah. You wouldn't tell me I'm really neurotic.
The next thing to think about is deportment. Congratulations. It used to be mentioned in school reports and special attention was given to the matter in finishing schools. A gracious presence is an invaluable asset. Cultivate the walk and movement of a person of consequence. Very important. And in time, people will come to think of you as such. Just pretend you're important, Claudia, and people will think you're important.
No, that is very much true. Like, you have to believe, you have to blow your own trumpet before anyone else is going to blow it.
Absolutely.
Like, you have to be your own self, like you said, your own advocate.
Yeah. Not only that, but the air of confidence will become a natural habit, and away will go all the fears of diffidence and shyness.
It's true. You can actually, there's been lots of evidence that if we tell ourselves like things like, I'm a good person, I'm great, like, you know, like really positive things that you tell yourself, even though it sounds really cheesy, apparently your brain starts to rewire and it's like you start to listen and believe those voices more.
Yeah.
And it overrides all the negative ones where you're like, I'm not good enough, no one likes me. Like, so you just try and like silence those and say things like, everyone likes me, the most exciting person in this room. I mean, you don't have to inflate yourself too much,
really.
but like...
I'm the best person. It doesn't have to be against other people.
That's true.
Think you are what you wish to become, and in time that you will be. Walk with your head up and your shoulders back. Thank you. A well-carried head will make your personality stand out from the crowd. Okay, carry your head well, your personality will stand out. Let your legs swing from your hips as you move. Stand up, swing
I'm
your
so
legs.
bad at doing I can't walk with my
Walk.
hips. I walk with like...
Yeah. Let your legs swing from your hips. What do you do? You're lumbering. You're lumbering like a lumberjack.
Not enough room in here.
Do not fumble for chairs when sitting down, and above all, do not cross your knees when you get there. You've never seen the Queen?
Is that because they wear like those pencil skirts and things?
If you cross at the knees, you make your skirt lift up.
Yeah.
Whereas if you cross at the ankles, your skirt stays where it is.
Also, it's not actually meant to be good for your circulation.
It's
to cross
really
at your
bad
knees.
for your lower back as well.
If you are a blonde, sit with a black satin cushion behind your head. If you are a brunette, have a scarlet screen or drapery to show up your dark colouring. Oh, this is where we're going wrong, darling. We've just had cream.
Oh no! You better change your entire house.
There's quite a lot of useful advice in this book, to be honest.
I mean,
A lot of it's like, you know.
I think some of it's like put powdered lead on your face, but yeah, some of it's helpful. Thank you so much for going in this deep dive with me today into your own psyche.
Jessica was proven wrong, and I am not actually that neurotic. I am on average.
Look how that turned out.
If you had done the test, on the other hand, you'd probably score very high for neurosis. According to a 1930s picture of what a woman with neurosis looks like.
Which is really unfair, because someone with a chronic illness cannot control that. Do you have pain? Yes, I have pain.
My tummy hurts. I get weird gastric problems when I've got COVID.
You do? You're so burpy. She just lay in bed all night burping.
The acupuncturist told me I'd probably eat too much chicken. I was like, I didn't know you could eat too much chicken. She was like, you're very gassy. Do you eat a lot of chicken? I was like, yeah.
She told her that she would review it at the next meeting. So, thank you so much for watching this video in which we delved deep into my wife's psyche. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers and to everyone else for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. In fact, you should do it as a sympathy subscribe because I have COVID.
Also,
very sad.
You're only like 9k away from 1 million.
Yes, indeed.
So we want to get there.
Woohoo!
That was a bit cheesy.
Woohoo!
We want to get there.
We're together. And also subscribe so that you don't miss any more excellent, fun videos with my lovely, dear-hearted wife.
We need to go lie down.
We do. Thank you so much. Thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring part of today's video. Remember to click the link in the description or head to surfshark.deals/Jessica and use the code Jessica for 3 months for free. If you haven't already, please make sure to click the subscribe button because yes, we are 9k away from 1 million and it would be incredible to reach it. And click the bell if you'd like to be notified every time I upload a new video. Also, have you heard of the KF Club? It is an exclusive club for my channel members, aka the Clubbies. If you become a member, you get to watch a special behind the scenes monthly video, you get a shout out on your birthday month, and your comments rise to the top with my face after your name wearing a succession of adorable crowns. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!